It was obvious that HBO was going to probably drop out of the boxing game because did nobody watch that racist ass shit no more. They need to get rid of these motherfuckers, Jim Lantley and Larry Merchant. They was gonna do something in the sport still, but it's actually a good thing to me. I mean, motherfuckers be sad when it actually happen to white people like that, like it's something amazing. But nah, man, let the motherfuckers go down. I mean, not that Showtime no better, but at least a black man, Floyd, was able to. I mean, it kind of feel good that he was able to do what he was able to do. It took a long time for the motherfuckers to bow out, but ultimately they bowed out, and it was simply because Floyd took the entire boxing community, the entire boxing audience over to Showtime. You got that type of impact on these billionaire white corporations, man. You know they don't want that from a nigga. They don't want that shit at all, but that's what happened. And should continue to happen. And if niggas in the NBA stood their ground the way that Floyd Mayweather did that day, man, Floyd is actually kind of an example of how you can buck the system, so to say. I mean, HBO been running boxing for a lot of years, 40 some years. And here in the last 10 years, just because this one man decided to jump ship from HBO and move to Showtime, the entire network gives up the boxing game. Hey, that's power to me. It's a form of power. I mean, obviously, he couldn't personally just get HBO to acquiesce to him and fire the motherfuckers like he clearly wanted them to do at the time he cussed this retarded motherfucker Larry Merchant out. But I don't know, man. I give Floyd his props just for, I don't know, not being emotional and knocking the teeth out that old man for one, and then just walking away from it, you know? Like, fuck that. And then I remember Floyd kind of apologized to him, like, half-heartedly, but still left the motherfuckers. That's what you do, man. Like, all right, yeah, y'all cool. It ain't no big deal because I ain't emotional about the shit, but fuck y'all. I ain't rocking with you motherfuckers no more. That's what Floyd was on. Now, rightfully so. And this racist motherfucker. I mean, I just read a piece that he did when Floyd first left the network, talking condescendingly about him, like, I hope he takes competitive fights, and let's see what Showtime and Al Heyman are able to do in the sport now, you know. Hopefully they can bring, like talking actually like cocky when Floyd left, like, fuck him. That's really what Jim Lampley was on, like, fuck him, we'll find somebody else. He's just a fighter. Nah, man, we more than fighters, man. Black fighters make the sport. It's really not a sport, man. I don't want to see two Mexicans fight, man. That shit be boring. To be honest with you, boxing really is like, it's almost like a racial measuring stick to races. You know, simply because of the bravado of boxing. You know, two men going mano a mano, straight banging. It really is. I mean, like, it's common sense when these fights happen. Mexicans versus blacks, blacks versus Filipinos in the Pacquiao case. You know who gonna side for the most part with the black fight, and you know who gonna side with the other people. Well, you're gonna get a lot of black people to side against the black fighters simply because Negroes are a defeated group of people. But for the most part, most of the black people are going for Floyd Mayweather in most of these fights. So with Floyd being able to, you know, just galvanize niggas just from being a nigga. I mean, that's the one thing that the crackers with all of their manipulation and all of that just can't defend against. The fact that some of us are just gonna choose our people. And they don't like that. They don't like that shit at all. That's why they really don't like Al Heyman. Cause I don't get it. My thing is, why wouldn't HBO acquiesce to Al Heyman? Knowing Al Heyman was managing Floyd, and Floyd was the biggest draw in the sport. I mean, it's bad business decision. And if Jim Lampley was a part of it, they should have just got rid of his ass a long time ago. I mean, literally, personally, from watching Showtime boxing and HBO boxing, I thought the aesthetics of HBO boxing, meaning how it looked, was a lot better. The presentation was a lot better, and I actually preferred the commentary. You know, minus the Lettermans and the racist ass shit that Lampley does, picking his fighter. I'm just saying, I just like the way HBO shit is. It's more clearly they've been in the sport of boxing for like 40 something years, because I mean, the way that I think about how a fight should be broadcast, I mean, HBO does it to perfection. Showtime, not as much, but it don't matter. I can enjoy boxing on either network. I'm just a boxing fan. But as far as HBO's reign in boxing coming to an end, man, it's a good thing to me, and it's an even better thing knowing that a brother is the reason that it happened. Floyd is what caused it. HBO hasn't necessarily been good to black fighters throughout the years. They had Sugar Ray Leonard as a commentator on the network for a long period of time, and he fell out with them. I mean, they like George Foreman, Roy Jones Jr. type of people, and I like Roy, but Roy kind of a fence rider. He a safe Negro. Roy ain't finna say nothing too out of bounds. Roy want to keep that check coming in, and it's obvious, just like George Foreman did. But Foreman eventually left their ass. And personally, I think he left on the racist shit. Just, on the fact that them motherfuckers was racist. But more than likely, George Foreman left because he was doing them grills and shit. So, I don't know. I'm just babbling. But, no, man. R.I.P. to HBO boxing, man. It was fun while it lasted, I guess.